starting my speech under 3, 2, 1. Opposition side of the house plays in what feminism is supposed to be. To give a right to women to do whatever they want with their autonomy, to give them the freedom to find their self, right? Three things to set up opposition case. Firstly, we as feminist movement will not push or promote or glorify the cosmetic surgery, but we will not discourage or to the extent of banning the cosmetic surgery, right? Secondly, what is feminist ideology and end goal? Because government side of the house doesn't really characterize about this. Feminist end goals is to exactly protect women. Both side of the house endorses natural beauty. Both side of the house want to protect women and give the confidence to them. But we cannot be dismissive to say that women are not impacted at all by the beauty standard that is enforced towards them, not being pressured by the sense of conventional beauty and whatsoever. And yes, government side of the house endorses the natural beauty, but it is never going to be enough to protect women that really needs a way out, which is what the feminists are still able to offer by not banning the plastic surgery. And thirdly, what opposition way of winning is clear. Firstly, we protect the freedom of choice of women, and secondly, we fulfill the interests of feminist movement. Thirdly, we protect women better under opposition side of the house through feminist movement. One response to government side of the house before we move on to my argument. All of their cases are correct to some extent. Opposition will not be dismissive by saying that woman is okay, but the government only solved all of this oppression that they mentioned before in a very shallow way, right? The analogy here that you want to defeat the ocean by attacking the waves, which is not doing anything. And opposition doesn't have the burden to solve the beauty standard or like misogyny, like the government side of the house want to throw to us. But we protect women by not limiting their choice if they want to do plastic surgery, which is already fulfilling what opposition burden in this debate, right? In order to protect women, to fulfill the interests of feminist movement, which is already a tipping point under opposition side of the house that government cannot prove in this debate. Two arguments I will submit under this. Firstly, why banning this directly violates with feminist ideology? Second argument, and then why then opposition side of the house are able to protect women better? First argument, why banning this directly violates with feminist ideology? To contextualize what kind of world that we are living, right? Second, two things I want to say here. Firstly, it's a very pressuring world where people, especially women, are enforced by, to some extent, an unsuitable and unrealistic beauty standard, and this virtually impacts everyone regardless, making me feel insecure because I don't weigh 45 kilograms or because someone doesn't have a skin that looks like glass, right? And the government argued that the plastic surgery heavily capitalized on women insecurity, right? And the government wants to solve this issue by banning the plastic surgery, heavily discouraging the practice, and offer the counter narrative of self-love and natural beauty and body positivity, for example. But I want to note very clearly here, this directly violates the feminist movement by two sense. A, the feminist movement is not a cage to deter or control how the woman should make its decision for themselves. Feminist movement is a platform for women to feel safe and are able to to express the vulnerability while helping them along the way, right? This context already being violated by the government side of the house by making women choices much lesser and denying their rights to have a bit of Botox because they know it will make them much more confident. B, this backlashing to what the movement want, which to protect women, because the movement really heavily push what you need to be, that you need to be proud of yourself no matter what your mental state and the situation that makes women to be burdened even more on the government side of the house. Because two things here. Firstly, let's talk about the toxic positivity that is heavily being pushed by the government side of the house. Secondly, it is double oppression basically. Society pushed them to be pretty, and the community pushed them to be just okay, which creates a dilemma for lots of people, for lots of women. And who is the most vulnerable actor here, right? Every woman basically, because they are getting the push by the beauty standard and getting pushed back and forth by the feminist movement. Because in order for this counter narrative to be even built successful is by the slightest is when this agenda is so massively pushed and forced towards women's right. And what is the impact here? Two things here. Firstly, but the banning is not going to change the situation at all, because because changing the beauty standard or changing woman's idea is not as easy as saying, okay, you be confident, right? And secondly, this will work. It will be worse because for the people that really needs plastic surgery or really want the confidence, that maybe they will get, if they will get going to be, they will get, if they are going to plastic surgery, are going to be stuck when the plastic surgery can help them, because it is being banned under government house. So this is why all of their thesis is already principally wrong under the feminist movement itself. Second argument then, why then we are able to protect and help women better? What is the premise? Women demanded to become pretty not only with the man, but maybe by their external push, like their environment and their friend that is very pretty, etc. Make them are massively demanded to be like that, and that's why as a movement that facilitate protection and help them we should provide that. What is the manifestation under opposition side of the house? Two things here. Firstly, we will allow them to make their choice to take. Means that if they do that, if they do like plastic surgery, they will not get cancelled by the feminists. Therefore, in the extent this will allow them to feel that they are currently good and are able to get rid of the overwhelming beauty standards. Secondly, under opposition side of the house, we will still able to provide body positivity and other form of encouragement like the normal movement. But the delta here is, while giving protection, we give them freedom to choose, not bring them double oppression of what they should do with their body. Because if that happen, we not, because the movement protection are comprehensive and open for all women, but certain women that in line in the idea. And what is weighing here? Let's say both sides of the house are able to protect women, but the opposition letting the freedom is a part of protection and never meant. Just because you give freedom, you will not give protection, which already been proven by the opposition side of the house. Proud to propose.